You know, I thought this Wednesday was actually was really good. Thought it was a little better than last week. How we handled some third down and red area things that we need. There's still a couple things obviously you need to clean up. You never have it all in. We'll get a good look at it tonight. But we had some guys flying around and guys excited, I think, about playing their SEC opener, and that's a good thing. You know, injury-wise, you know, we'll see here by the end of the week. But C.J. Wharton was running pretty good. You know, I'll take a look at video today, but he wasn't laboring. I thought he finished practice, so I think we'll be able to get him back, and that'll be big help. And the two freshmen, you know, they've missed a lot of practice, obviously, and you know, they need to get up to speed a little bit, but we'll find out from there. But they should be ready to go if needed. Duke was fine. He practiced the whole time. All right, who am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody, but I'm sitting here staring at it. Who?
McMillan?
D-Mac went. That's a tough guy now, I'm telling you. I mean, I've seen some high ankles go for, man, half season, I think. But I thought he did pretty good. You know, I really did for a Wednesday. And you guys know you kind of have to practice on Wednesday to play the game on Saturday. So we had some guys pushing themselves, and that's a good thing. But other than that, we'll take some questions.
Thomas?
UMass obviously did a lot of stunt twist type games up front. What is it for your offensive line?
Yeah.
How do you coach them to get?
Well, we just keep working it. It's something that our defense does as well, so it's not like anything we didn't know they were doing. And yet, I think what it is has a lot to do with pre-recognition of the actual alignment to give you a little answer to the test as to what's going to come based on that look. And so I really think that you know, it's not just about, you know, playing fast, and obviously that's a lot to do with it, but an understanding of how to play fast based on the looks you're getting. And they did give us some, you know, a couple did new looks, but there again, that's part of the adjustment piece that we talk about. You know, they had all year to work on some things, as these guys have. You know, they didn't show everything, obviously, that they're going to do against us, you know, in that first game, both offensively and defensively, and as well as special teams. You know, we've got to be prepared. You know, a couple years ago, they hit us with one of those little flip things out of a field goal deal. You know, I know they got a fake punt, they're trying to sneak a guy out of the shield and some things like that. So we've got to be prepared for those things, even though maybe we haven't seen them. But you've got to be sound in your preparation, and our guys are doing a good job of preparing.
Gary in the back.
Coach, you don't have to spend a whole lot of time explaining to kids what can happen if they kind of don't show up mentally for a game like this. So all they have to do is see the examples of this past week, or if you're a junior or senior, kind of harken back to the way Kentucky played a couple years ago. I'm assuming you don't really expect any kind of letdown or these kids to take this team lightly, just on the basis of what happened against Southern Miss.
Us letdown? I mean, look, we're 0-3 after the end of the year last year, right? I mean, we got our tails kicked, and so, you know, we got to show up no matter what it is. Now, if we do, we'll find out. So I know our guys are ready. Here's the thing: great teams, the opponents don't matter. It's the personal part of the preparation and play, and taking pride in who you are and what you're all about, to go out and compete no matter who you're playing. It doesn't matter. And that's where we've got to learn, where the Florida Gators can't be up and down, up and down. They've got to understand a level and a certain standard in which you have to go about your business to be a champion. And are we there yet? No. No. But the understanding that it's an opportunity. Saturday's an opportunity. Take advantage of it. And whoever the opponent is, that's what that's what has to register with our guys. It's about how you go be proud of what you put on film every snap. And that's the way we've got to kind of go in and think about it. Not about anything else, but how we go about our business and playing the game.
Edgar?
How's the offensive line shone up this week in terms of its energy and just?
You know, I thought it's been pretty good. You know, we've got to, you know, just continue to grow there, keep playing, and you know, the guys got to not be on edges. You know, what happens a lot of times is, you know, yeah, they've got kind of the right spot, but then you're on an edge, which really goes to your technique. In other words, you know, there's times where maybe in a slide, I get my outside shoulder turned, and I've got to be ready to bounce back based on the looks and things like that. And so the technique piece has got to be sound in everything that they're doing, as well as the assignment piece. I think they've worked hard this week, and you know, we'll find out Saturday. It's another opportunity. I go back to that, and that's really what it is. It's an opportunity to go out and prove to yourself that you're capable to go out and perform at a high level, and that's what we've got to do.
Yeah, obviously that's a key area of improvement you want to see.
Yeah.
What are a couple other on the checklist you'd like to see?
Well, you know, obviously we've talked, you know, offensively we've got to put touchdowns. You know, we can't rely on Eddie, you know, just to go in and kick. And although it's good to have that in our pocket, believe me, it helps. And but you know, we've got to put points on the board, especially against these guys. Are an explosive offense now. I mean, I don't know how much you've watched them or anything, but they've got some unbelievable skill now. They've got some wideouts that can go get it. They throw it. They challenge you. They play at a pretty good pace and tempo. You know, the other team last week, I mean, they were going up and down the field on them until they didn't get opportunities. What, they only have about 15 plays or something in the second half. I mean, that was the quickest reel to ever watch in the history of ball, I think. You know, when you're going to that, it's like, oh, wait a minute, you know, what? Where's the rest of it? And but they definitely know what they're doing, and they've done a really good job there in recruiting. They've got good players.
Zach? Oh, Jordan, I'm sorry, I thought you had Zach. Jordan?
Coach, how have the running backs looked in practice this week?
I thought they've done a nice job. I think, you know, again, we've got to play to our strength, and you know, you saw us in a little more two-back, you know, three-wide stuff last week. You know, we've got to increase that package, be prepared to use those guys in a lot of different ways, because you need to get your best 11 on the field. And, you know, in a lot of ways, in different things that we do, our best 11 might be with two of those guys on the field at the same time.
And with Wharton, if he's able to go, where do you see him fitting into the rotation this week?
He'll roll like those other guys did last week. You know, they all played pretty much the same, you know, amount of plays. You know, it just adds to that rotation. Picks up where, obviously, you know, without Dre going, you know, there's some more snaps there that we can take some reps off some of those other guys. Yeah.
Thomas?
You mentioned explosive plays was something that you wanted to see more from the opener. When they're sitting off kind of like that, and you have some of those RPOs open, what do you do to create those explosive plays? Is it just players making something happen?
That's usually what it is. Yeah, it's really pretty simple. You know, they go and make plays. And, you know, when they're open, you got to throw it to them, right? And then when you throw it to them, they kind of got to catch them. And when you run through the hole, you might have to pick your feet up a little bit, right? When there's a big kind of, you know, abyss there, you know, take advantage of it.
Have you seen signs of that kind of happening in practice?
Well, I mean, they're definitely not trying not to make explosive plays. Let's put it that way, all right?